Hello all, 14th of August 2016, Dan here from Essex, United Kingdom. Not exactly sure when I'm going to be uploading this video, but hopefully it will be within the next week or so. So as you know, I have been recently granted an allotment, 90 square metres, here we are, and what I'm going to do today is just give you sort of a quick tour, a little rundown on what I'm going to do. So what I intend to do with this allotment is have the entire thing, at least at this stage, as no dig. So there are several reasons for this. The first reason is that research has proven no dig gardening to produce more nutritious crops in general, and better for soil structure, soil integrity, better for wildlife, things like that, better for your microorganisms. So you guys all know about what I sort of tell people regularly. If you look behind a plough nowadays, you generally will not see that many birds, because birds generally tend to be attracted to the worms in the soil, and as you guys know, there's not as many worms in the soil as there used to be, because it's generally sort of over farmed and the nutrients are not replaced as they once were. I remember when I was a kid 20 odd years ago, you would look behind a plough and you would see a lot of seagulls, a lot of birds eating the worms that were coming up in the ground behind the tractor. Nowadays you don't see that so often, so this is one reason why I'm going to be doing no dig. Another reason why I'm going to be doing no dig is it's better on one's lower back. Of course you have to be able to get the sort of correct components, ingredients if you will, with regards to creating the no dig, and what I intend to use is a lot of cardboard, a lot of grass cuttings, a lot of topsoil that I managed to get hold of, and of course a lot of well rotted horse manure, or even better cow manure if you can get it. So this is the sort of process I'm going to do. Now I'm not expecting to be growing too much this year. I'll probably be putting in a few broad beans in November, but I've got a lot of projects on the go at the moment, as you guys know, and basically I just need to get this sort of going. So let's start with what we've got. So you guys can see here there is a shed. Now this is plot 45A. You guys know I like to keep the camera down because I like to keep it sort of personal. I'm not really interested in showing other people's allotments too much. I don't want to encroach on others' privacy, so I'm sure you guys can understand this. So you can see someone's already covered something up here. Lots of weeds. Now a lot of people get intimidated when they take over an allotment. They think, oh, look at all that work. Well, to me there's not really that much work here to do. Excuse me. And we've got this shed here. You can see you know, it's not the best shed in the world. It's a bit sort of creaky, etc, etc, but we can live with that. And we go here, and there is indeed a few raspberries. Obviously don't know what variety, but they are incredibly sweet, and it would be nice to keep some of these, so we'll see. And what we got here, you know, you've got the old compost bin here, and here you have a water butt. I'm quite happy with that. So basically, yeah, so I've got a few grass cuttings and a bit of topsoil that I've just dumped here. This is just for a bit of edging work and grass cutting work I did for someone. No compost bin as yet, but what I'm going to do is just spread it all over here. And probably this corner, there's a few spuds growing, potatoes, but this is probably going to be my sort of first section I'm going to do. I'm going to do half and half at a time, and in a few days I'm going to come down here with a carpet and a trailer full of manure, and I'm going to chuck it all over here and then proceed to cover it with cardboard, then the manure, grass cuttings, etc, as I've explained earlier. And what I want to do is to do like a little video series, so to speak, on how I'm going to approach this, because everyone keeps going, oh, you need to double dig it, you need to do this, you need to do that, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Well, I've got enough work to do without you know, giving myself more digging to do. People seem to be obsessed with it nowadays, whether it's you know, necessary or not. I mean, I accept that in flower beds and stuff a bit of digging is good, but with vegetables, you know, all this dig stuff really is no good, unless of course you want the exercise. But it certainly is a good way to destroy the soil integrity if that's what you want to do. But that's not what I want to do. And we've got a bit of rhubarb here, look. Don't know if it's any good. Sure it is. Some more raspberries. Now, incredibly sweet. But yeah, so I hope you guys are going to enjoy my little series. So, as I stated before, 90 square metres at £38 per year. I mean, that is absolutely phenomenal. Just think of the amount of good quality self-grown produce that one can get from this area. I mean, what I'm going to do probably is grow a combination of vegetables and fruit, and maybe a few fruit trees. So cool, yeah, I mentioned fruit trees. I might get like 2, 3, maybe 4 fruit trees down here eventually. I'm certainly going to have a decent amount of grapevines. I mean, you guys, my regular viewers, know how much I love growing grapes. And with regards to fruit trees, you have to grow dwarf trees down here, I believe, and you have to seek permission, which I understand, because of course, so you don't want someone sticking a great big walnut tree right in the middle of an allotment, because A, it's completely unnecessary, and of course it wouldn't be the most considerate thing to do, because you would obviously take up an allotment space eventually with an oak tree or something like that. And secondly, you would sort of drown out the sun, if you want to call it that, so other allotmenteers couldn't get the sun, which is what we like an allotment. So just having a look round. You know, it's not a bad time of year really to get an allotment. You know, if you think about it, August, September on the way, it's going to get a little bit cooler soon, so good time of year to work. The older gardening is going to be drying up a little bit, so I'm going to have plenty of time to get down here and work on my own stuff, which is something I have neglected of late. That's about it really for today. Hope you guys are all doing well, hope you're okay, and just so you know, I really do appreciate the support that I've had on YouTube here. Has been phenomenal. I mean, I've met, well, not met, but spoken to some really interesting people online, and these people you wouldn't necessarily sort of meet, you know, in the everyday world if the web wasn't available. So let's all stick together and let's do our bit for growing your own fruit and veg. Hope all is well. I wonder what I'm going to have in this shed eventually. Oh, someone's left me a rake. Kind of them, isn't it? Here's to the good future of growing. All the best.